What is up, people? Buying your first truck. Let's
Yeah.
talk about some opportunities, man. Some different options.
Opportunities, options, and let's see what money can buy you. Like right here we got truck paper, and I pulled up all Freightliners that are available in Florida that are posted on the truck paper within a certain price range. I also got really inspired by one comment on the Facebook.
Yeah.
The guy actually was talking about very specific specs of the truck that he's looking for, and I happen to very strongly disagree with his opinion. This is not to jump on nobody or anything else, but that just inspired my video, and I just want to show a few points on how I see buying a first truck, what's worth it, and what other people should be looking for. Again, this is just my opinion. I'm no some kind of guru or anything in that aspect, but I had quite a few trucks, and I kind of made it work. So
All right. So let's let's do it. Let's dig in, man. What's the numero uno? What should we be looking at?
All right. So first of all, let's start. A lot of owner operators, when they buy a first truck, we obviously want to buy the cheapest truck that will do. And I really want to talk about that first. Let's see what money can buy you, right? So the first category of the trucks that we're going to be talking about is going to be the trucks in about, well, actually under $25,000 range. And let's start with the money first. So let's say this is your total amount. This is just basic calculator. It does not include any taxes or anything. It's just the price, the interest rate if you finance it. I think 8.5 is a reasonable one. First time buyer, I don't know, maybe you're gonna get 10, but it's not gonna be that different. 36 months, and this is your payment. That's again not including any down payment. So any down payment will just drive this amount down. And again, this is like a comparison video, so I want to make sure that we're not really looking at this number. But what I want to say, that as an owner operator, you consider making $500 a day when you run.
Right. So,
and this number, when you look at this number, consider it in the aspect of, okay, this is day and a half of work.
Right, because it's a monthly payment.
Yes. So now let's go over the trucks. Let me see. Right. This is the first truck, 2015 Freightliner Cascadia. The price is $27,000. It's somewhere in Orlando, Florida, and I would not buy this truck. Now let's talk about why I wouldn't buy this truck. And by the way, all those trucks are going to be in the same ballpark.
Okay.
Because we are in this specific price range. So this is $27,000. It
mileage?
has 789,000 miles. So what does it mean in my book, especially knowing that this is Freightliner Cascadia with a Detroit diesel engine? This truck, after 750,000 miles, you're buying a lottery. You're not buying a truck. And as a first-time buyer, do you really want to start the project?
The extra risk.
Extra risk, extra downtime, extra potential breakdowns. Can you even work with this truck reliably?
Right.
And again, I want to look at everything through the price point, because later on we'll see how many work days it takes for you to have a truck like this, and how many days you're gonna lose with a truck like this.
Okay.
Versus something a lot better.
Well, before we get to that price, I mean, what are some other options or what are other things that are out there at this price range that you probably wouldn't disagree with buying or whatever?
What I would disagree buying first, well, let's go over those. $24,000. I know a lot of guys out there like those trucks right here. This is a Freightliner FLD Classic. Again, I would never buy this truck because I don't even think we post mileage of this truck. This is how bad it is. Fuel economy on this truck is going to be really, really bad. And again, $750 a month. It's not a big deal. However, you're going to be spending a lot more with a truck like this. Let's carry on. That's another one. $24,000. 909,000 miles.
Man, that's almost $1 million on that.
Man, yeah. Even if it already had overhaul, my question is, what kind of overhaul? Is that a full overhaul, like half overhaul. Do you really want to venture in there? So I say, if this is the only truck that you can afford, I don't know, I would suggest stay a driver, because you're gonna be taking a lot of risks unless you are willing to take those risks and know what's coming.
Right.
So with a truck like this, you can pretty much spend any minute $20,000 right there and then. And again, a lot of people are going to be talking about, oh, the overhaul of Detroit diesel is only $10,000. Well, first of all, check the calendar. It's no longer 1998. And second of all, you know, for $10,000, where, how, when, how long downtime is that going to be? And also for $10,000, I believe that if you can get like the very basic in-frame for like $12,000 these days, you're pretty lucky. And it can happen with truck like this. You buy it today, it may happen tomorrow.
Yeah, especially with that kind of mileage.
Yeah, but it's zero planning that you can do. So
no dice on this one.
Yeah, let's carry on. This is the last truck in this category. $14,000. Nice, red and shiny. I don't know. I think, you know, for the eyes, it looks like all right truck. However, 918,000 miles.
Wow.
So, okay, you saved a little bit of money. Now you're in a comfortable payment of, I don't know, $300. But it doesn't even matter, because how much downtime you're gonna have of a truck like this. And again, you may not if you're super lucky, but at the end of the day, you don't know.
Yeah, because, you know, let's talk about this one. This one is what, $14,000, $15,000.
Yeah.
There are guys out there, man, that have that money saved up. And sometimes the thought process, you know, they call in a lot of times, and what's better, pay this cash outright, or use that as a down payment for a $50,000 truck. It's not necessarily not having a payment is always better, because if you buy something like this, even though you paid it off, pay the cash and deplete all the money you have, what about the little breakdowns here and there? And then there's no extra money to make those repairs. So in the end, is it cheaper to probably have a payment, but you got a more reliable truck?
Absolutely. I think if you're buying this truck like this and you don't have $20,000 in the pocket to back it up, you're gambling all out. Have you heard about the term all out? Or all in? Or however we call it. You know, when you just put everything you got on the table.
Oh, yeah, okay, gotcha, yep.
So
you're all in.
This is it. You're buying this truck without $20,000 in your pocket cash, or at least credit cards. Man, you're all in. Anything gonna happen, it's not gonna save you. Now, let's talk about better options. Let's talk about, again, it's not for everybody. Not everybody have this capacity. But again, if I'm a driver right now, looking to become an owner-operator, and this is the only thing that I can afford, I'm not buying a truck.
But that's the thing. Let's check the numbers too, because let's talk about affording. Remember, you're not going to be trying to afford a more expensive truck at your current salary, because if you go to work, that truck is going to pay itself.
Yes. So let's go to a different price range. $55,000. Now you're looking at a payment of about $1,700. Again, it depends on the down payment. However, whatever down payment you guys put down, don't go all out, because even good trucks break. Because if that truck for $55,000 gonna break, and you spend every penny into the down payment, and tomorrow that truck gonna break, and the breakdown is something simple, $1,000,
but you don't have
which you don't have, that may be it. May be it. But now, again, let's look at that from a different perspective. So the previous trucks that we agreed on didn't have a work. Right?
Yep.
This truck is 3.5 days of work.
For the entire month. Yep.
Yes. Now, let's see what you get for it. Again, this is just some examples we were able to find in Florida on truck paper. Same Freightliner Cascadia. On this video, we mostly focus on Freightliners, because I got plenty of slack from my Volvo videos. But again, this is Freightliner Cascadia. You know, looks pretty decent. Let's look at the mileage. 493,000 miles. So here's my opinion about this truck. And again, case by case. We never seen this truck. We only looking at the numbers,
And the
at the
spec,
mileage, and just basic specs. 493,000 miles. So let me tell you, you got about 260,000 miles available to you with what I would expect only minor breakdowns and maintenance. Before that truck gonna get to the level of those other trucks. Plus, there is insane benefit of having this truck over that other truck. With this truck right here, 99% of the time, you're a second owner.
Okay.
The first owner is probably some kind of fleet that has a maintenance program that takes care of those trucks. We've been, for most of its life, it's been warranted by the manufacturer. So probably the oil changes was done and everything else. So you buy this truck with, a big potential of at least 260,000 miles still available to you without anything major. You got 2 years available to do whatever it comes with. And again, remember, we calculated financing on a 3-year period only. So it's not like, you can extend it and it's going to be longer, which I not suggest. So here's this truck is most likely probably legal. Once you get into this other category, now you have all kinds of shortcuts. You don't know what was done. You don't know. All right, maybe you are a third owner. What about if you fourth or fifth? And what about if the last two guys didn't have the money? What about if that truck was dumped somewhere in the truck stop a couple of times because it just stopped running?
Yeah, I mean, it's on the lot for a reason, so you have to consider.
So in your luckiest case, with those other trucks, the cheap ones, you are a third guy and you're getting it from the guy who is the second guy who really took care of this truck, but there is a reason why he's selling it. So if I was the owner operator buying a truck, this kind of truck would be the truck I'm buying.
Yeah.
And I would be pretty much probably getting rid of it somewhere between $750,000 and $800,000. And this is the main difference between those other trucks, because we all above that 800,000. And sometimes we see owner operators coming up, across 900,000 miles and so on, and absolutely zero history on the truck. And even if somebody did overhaul 200,000 miles ago, it means nothing to you. So let's look at a couple other options here. 2017 Freightliner looks like in the same dealership.
Yeah, it does. Tampa, I don't know. Somewhere.
It says Fort Myers. The other one was saying Tampa, but the picture is by the same building, whatever it is. But 450,000 miles, man. On this one, you have 300,000 miles of a nice, smooth running with only minor breakdowns and maintenance. That's an amazing truck. This is the truck that potentially gonna make you money. That's another one. 508,000 miles for 52,000. This is like 8,000 miles above my expectations, but again, for owner operator, 8,000 miles, what is it, like 2-3 weeks of work? So this is probably the worst I would consider,
right,
in terms of the mileage. And if you're looking to make money, if you're looking to enter in this business strong, this is pretty much the truck to play with, because the other trucks, you don't. Here's the simple explanation. I would rather have something a little bit more expensive but consistent and more predictable, so I can somewhat plan something.
Right.
So this truck, I'm planning, okay, it's gonna be the payment. I'm probably gonna spend about, I don't know, $5,000 to $10,000 in maintenance and minor repairs a year. And this is what I'm looking at. That other truck, I don't know how much I can spend tomorrow if I buy it today. And,
then you start living. Will you break down before getting your next load, and then good luck.
Another huge problem, some people would say just buy extended warranty and this and that. All right, you're gonna buy an extended warranty. It may cover the the motor, the transmission, but most of the time this is not what fails. Right. What fails is everything attached to it.
Yeah.
And that is not covered by the warranty. And again, the old truck little tiny cable is gonna get oxidized. Boom, the sensor is out. The motor is shit. You are somewhere on the side of the road, and sometimes when you drive those over trucks, for a lower price, let's say the last one we looked at, $14,000.
Yeah.
And what if you're gonna call the service and we're like, okay, it's gonna be like $4,000 to tow you in, $1,000 to look at it, and then depending on that, and you're like, crap, that truck is only worth
14. That's already a third of the price.
On the best day.
Yeah.
So, again, I think I'm not a gambling person. I'm more about, let's look at the facts and let's make good decisions. So I think if you're an owner-operator and the only thing, trying to become an owner-operator, and the only thing that holds you back from buying this truck is that scary payment, remember, it's only 3.5 days of work.
Yeah.
And what about the quality of life? Because at the end of the day, you're going to end up living in this truck. You're going to end up working with this truck. The other truck probably feels like a box comparing to something like this.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. You're going to get what you pay for. You know what I mean? And so that's...
Yeah, so here we go. This is just some thoughts. Don't be afraid of the bigger, cost. Because the unpredictability and bigger risk is gonna cost you a lot more. And if you go all out, if you're a gambler, and I hope you win sometimes, man. And then other than that, guys, don't forget, don't forget, we got a Super Trucker Podcast YouTube channel. Make sure you go there, like, share, subscribe. We have a lot of good stuff there, including our Owner Operator 101 playlist. It has a lot of information with a lot of hard numbers. Check us out on Facebook. We are at Voyager Nation on Facebook. We are Super Trucker Podcast at Facebook. Also, join our group.
Yep. The more people in there, the better it is, so we can start some good conversations with people that are out there.
Yeah, so that group is also called Super Trucker Podcast. It's on Facebook. Right now, there is nothing really going on there. We just kind of, slowly pulling people in. But, someday soon we're gonna start actually doing something fun there, and it's going to be, professional trucking community. And for a wrap up, let me show you one truck that I would never, ever buy. This is a truck. It looks beautiful, right?
Yeah, it does. It's a nice truck, man.
Yes, it looks amazing. I really like the way these trucks look. Especially when we have a lot of lights and, looks like a Christmas tree almost in the middle of the night in the desert of Nevada. Man, those are beautiful trucks. We look like a road dragon or something. And, however, this is the problem. This is a 1998 Peterbilt. It has 1.5 million miles on it. And we're asking for $60,000. And a lot of times when you get to these trucks, this is what you're going to see. We're not cheap. So, my opinion, and a lot of people would say these are the best of the best of the best. No, I would say they are the coolest of the coolest of the coolest. We are amazing trucks. I love the way we look. However, unless you're a collector, unless it's your hobby, and unless you are set for life, and you want to be this cowboy of 21st century and just turn people heads, yeah, go for it. Buy it, repair it, rebuild it. You're probably gonna spend another $60,000 just to kind of have it like really running. Your fuel economy is most likely going to be 4.5 miles per gallon, and you can make a lot of kids happy and a lot of people break their heads by turning them. However, is that a good business decision? I would strongly advise not to consider. So that's pretty much it.
There you go. So,
alright guys, take care. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Again, find us on Facebook, YouTube, and I'll talk to you later. Take care.